All the proceeds going to a neonatal unit in Hollis Street Hospital. And joining us to tell us all about it is the one behind the tweet, Brenda Drum, and Dr. Rona Mahoney, who is the master of Hollis Street Hospital. Before we talk to them, here is a sample of the song.
Good morning to you both, Rona and Brenda. Now, I was actually there on the day, and Mark said to me, they didn't let you sing, did they? And I was like, no, I didn't. I didn't ruin the single, but I was there to show my support. Brenda, take us back to the very, very beginning. You're, anyone who's on Twitter in Ireland will recognise you. You're mad for the tweets. So you, well, tell your story yourself. How did this start?
It was 2 weeks ago, and it was Saturday night, and it was post-X Factor, and I was just sitting at home, and I tweeted, wouldn't it be great to have a Twitter Christmas single? And what I thought would happen would be we'd all have a bit of a debate on Twitter like we do around The Apprentice, you know, and that I suppose the Twitterers and Twitterettes of the parish of Twitter might say, well, this is what we vote as our Christmas #1, regardless of what's happening out there and some of the manufactured songs. So, but very quickly, overnight, we had about 80 people signed up wanting to be involved, and we realised that sort of tweet by tweet this was becoming something bigger. And as I explained it to my husband, I kind of went into him on the following Wednesday and I said, I think I've done something. And he said, what have you done now? And I said, I think I'm recording a song for charity on Sunday. And he went, OK, good luck with that, you know. And so we put the call out.
Just before we go forwards, you don't have any musical background. Just give people a little flavour of who you are. You're a mum.
I'm a mum. Well, what I say on my Twitter thing is I'm a mum. I work as a communications officer. I do a radio show part-time on KFM in Kildare. I'm a cancer survivor, and I'm a very ordinary person, really. So I am no Louis Walsh. I am no Cheryl Cole, as you can see. But the only experience I have in the music business is singing SingStar with my 14-year-old daughter at home.
OK, and now all of a sudden you find yourself in a position where you're putting together a single and doing it all for free.
It's amazing. I'm apparently the executive producer of this single that's, as Mark said, has been tipped to be the Christmas #1. All of this happened through Twitter. All of the musicians, we had a string quartet, we had musicians, we had technicians, we had a producer, and all of the choir. We had about 90 people in the choir. About 100 to 120 or 30 people came on the day.
Did they all volunteer through Twitter?
Everything happened through Twitter. Everything.
And what about studio
everything.
time?
We didn't do it in a studio. We went to the Westin Hotel in Dublin. They gave us the hotel for free. We had it for the whole day, and the only things we did in a studio, and again that was offered through Twitter, we put down the piano track and we did a little bit of Bowron, and we wanted to make the song a bit Irish.
So it wasn't even mixed in a studio?
It wasn't. It was finally mixed in a studio, but all the recording, all the choir, all the solo parts, they were all recorded.
Where did the recording equipment come from?
It was given to us through Twitter. Our music director Ian Callanan, who's an amazing guy. I mean, he just brought the whole thing together, and three or four technicians came along, all volunteered through Twitter.
Well, no, I mean, people can do it in their bedrooms these days, but you do need equipment, you do need technical expertise. And you
it was all there. They gave their time free.
It was all given to us through Twitter, and I mean, the piece of videotape that you had there, I mean, it doesn't do the song justice, because
that's a rough form.
Yeah, that was a very rough cut, but we were rehearsed. The choir then sang. We auditioned the soloists, and it wasn't about picking the best singers, because all of the singers that we have, all of the soloists are amateurs. No disrespect to them, they're but they're all, as I said, all volunteer their time. It was about finding the song, the voices that fit the song best.
No musical differences?
No musical differences so far on the day. No, we'd no tantrums. We had no
No, I want Fairy Tale in New York. Well, no, you're not getting this.
No, everybody was amazing. The atmosphere, I can't really explain the atmosphere in the room on the day. There was just this sense of kind of hope, and of all of us coming together, strangers coming together to do something for someone else.
That's what was quite special, because a lot of the people in the room I would have tweeted, but obviously I didn't, and people were kind of going, Sinead, it's me, I'm so-and-so on Twitter, nice to meet you. And it was the Twitter community working in real life.
And it was funny because people were coming up to me going, hi, I'm John, and I was going, hello, your Twitter name, oh yeah, you're such and such. No one recognised anybody else by their real name. It was all by the Twitter name. So we all had a little sticker with well, mine is at Brenda Drum, but it was just incredible that all of these people, and you know, we're talking now about maybe tour dates and keeping the choir together some way, but that's a little bit down the line.
Twitter choir.
Twitter choir.
The
choir.
tour.
The tour.
Now you chose
the farewell concert. The comeback.
There was debate over which charity would benefit from this, and you chose Holles Street and the neonatal unit, and we have with us here the first ever female master of Holles Street. Shouldn't it be Mistress?
Well, yeah, there's been a lot of debate. Mistress Mahoney actually has quite a ring, but I think we'll stick with Master. It's much cheaper not to change all the paperwork.
And this was a big deal now for you to find out that Brenda was willing to let your charity be the one that was chosen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the first thing we have to say on behalf of the hospital, and particularly on behalf of our patients, and these are the tiniest and smallest babies in the country. Some of our patients weigh 500 grams. So it's a huge thank you to Brenda and to every single person who's been involved in producing this. It's given us a huge boost in the hospital to have such support coming from, you know, all over. It's been a phenomenal event. I just can't imagine how this has happened so quickly and how they have managed this. But we're absolutely so grateful in the hospital.
500 grams, or sorry, I'm just thinking about that. That's teeny, teeny, tiny.
Yeah, I mean, some of these patients, we have about up to 6% of babies are born before term. By term, we mean 37 weeks. But babies now as young as 24 weeks are surviving. There's been huge advances over the last 10 to 15 years in the area of what we call neonatology. That's the area of medicine that looks after these very small babies. So yeah, some of our babies would be as small as, and they can spend many months with us, you know, in the neonatal unit. But you always say, even after they go home, there's a huge program of catch-up, if you like, that these babies need. So lots of input from all different disciplines, not just nurses and doctors, it's physios, dietitians. There's a huge team, huge amount of resource, a huge amount of work that goes into this whole area. So we're always looking for
Is that your
resources.
area of specialty?
No, I'm an obstetrician, gynecologist, so I suppose I'm involved in so much that we would look after a lot of babies. Would either, about 40% of babies will be delivered because they need to be delivered early for medical reasons. So there may be preeclampsia or the baby may not be growing. In about the other 60%, the babies just come and they just arrive if someone goes into labour early. So my end of things, I'm a fetal medicine specialist, so I'd be very involved in that 40% where you have either a sick mum or a baby that's not doing so well, you're making a decision to deliver them early. But we're linked very closely. I mean, we work, as you can imagine, very, very closely with neonatology.
Look, we're here this morning to actually talk about this. But just while I have you, I'm going to grab you now and invite you to come back because it is a historic appointment. I don't know whether there was a glass ceiling or not, but I suspect
she smashed it, if it was.
With a female master, there's going to be a new ethos, a new philosophy, and we would love to talk to you about that. So will you come back, please?
I'd love to.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, not at all. I'd love
I said that to her when I met her at the Twitter, at the recording. I was like, you need to come on.
Love to, but thank you for today as well.
The single is launched on Sunday. The launch is going to happen in the Westin Hotel. They've been very good to you.
Yes.
So people can rock up. Anyone can turn up.
We're launching it in the Westin. We're hoping that as many of the Twitterers and Twitterettes will come back, and it'll be available as a download after we have the first play in the Westin.
How do they channel money? Is this on iTunes?
It's going up. It's going to be launched on Twitter, so all the links will be up on Twitter because it's all happened through Twitter. I launch it on Sunday in the Westin on Twitter.
And money can be funneled through that.
And it'll be all. Well, yes, we have the stuff set up in the background, but it'll be all on Twitter.
Number one in Ireland.
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Brendan, Rona, thank you both very much.
Thank you.
We will take a break and see you back here in a few minutes.